I've got the perfect method for BARUKA in Season 6. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? NoGoodEman coming to you today with the BARUKA Battle for the Time Season 6 guide. So guys, I got under 50 seconds in Battle for the Time, so I want to give you guys the best strategy, my personal strategy on how I scored under 50 seconds in the BARUKA Battle for the Time. But before we get into anything, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. YouTube tells me a good amount of you might not be subscribed, so consider subscribing to the channel, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a live or an upload. Now, let's waste no time, get straight into it. Of course, click that first link in the description to support your boy on the Netmarble website for free codes. Codes coming soon, but here it is, 49 seconds, rank 1 even. How do you get something more? Let's talk stats and strats. Team composition is going to be super simple and easy. We're using Mean, we're using Gina, and then we're using LAURENT. Now, you could probably predict which hunter is for what, but Mean is the support buffs, Gina as like a mini DPS, but mainly support, and then Emma for the breaker / DPS, because as you guys know, when you guys do have A5 Emma, that is when Emma is at her strongest. So if we got to talk about it really quickly, BARUKA does have a break gauge, so this is important before we do talk about it, but obviously he has a break gauge, so that's something to note before we do talk about this advancement 5. Now, let's talk about the advancement 5 because it's honestly insane. Now, as it reads, when the target enters a break state, resets the cooldown of all skills. That alone is pretty decent, I can't lie, but here's where it gets crazy. Recovers core and power gauge by 100%, meaning you'll have your ultimate ready as soon as you break an opponent's bar, and you'll have your core gauge ready. And that's also pretty insane. But let's not ignore the 77% damage increase you get for 15 seconds, guys. Emma LAURENT basically becomes a nuke for about 15 seconds. So Emma is literally the perfect hunter here. Now, she's the perfect hunter for everybody who has her at advancement 5. If you guys don't have Emma LAURENT at advancement 5, there's not much I can say for you in this battle for the time. Everybody who has Emma LAURENT at a high advancement is going to rank higher. It's just the mechanics. It's literally coded into the game. Those who have A5 Emma will succeed. Now, here's what I'll say. Don't give up hope, because I literally did some custom draws, and I want to show you guys my draw history really quickly, because the draw history actually wasn't terrible. So recently, I literally just pulled and I got Gina, which was crazy. I think I even got the Divine Quarterstaff, and then I eventually did get Emma LAURENT. So I don't even know if it's pretty slow. There it is, Emma LAURENT. So boom, I got our 140 draws ago. Now, whether you have 140 draws to spare, that's neither here nor there. Now let's go ahead and get straight back into the video. Talking about Battle for the Time BARUKA, let's go ahead and talk the artifacts, and let's get into the run as fast as possible. Now, as far as the artifacts, guys, work with me here. It's gonna be simple, standard, and easy, but as it reads, 8-piece Burning Blessing for the boy Mean. For Gina, I'm doing 4-piece Guardian because Emma does have a shield, so this 4-set effect, she can definitely benefit from that. And then we're pairing that with 4-piece Outstanding ability. Again, Gina is support / DPS-ish, so that's why we're getting her Outstanding ability. That way she can get that 60% damage increase. Now, Emma LAURENT, this is gonna be basic and easy. Solid analysis so she can break BARUKA's bar as fast as possible, and then 4-piece Outstanding ability. As far as the shadows, guys, we are doing something interesting. Now, here's what I'll say. You can actually make a very good case for about 4 or 5 different shadows. You could make a case for Kaisel, you can make a case for Egress, you can make a case for Big Rock, you could even make a case for Iron. I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a better shadow to be used, but in all honesty, guys, I am going to be using Big Rock, and that's the one that I did end up using. So Big Rock worked for me. It might work for you a little bit differently. You might need Egress. Final facet to talk about is the weapons. Now, Emma LAURENT's hunter exclusive weapon, you definitely want to get this as high as possible. I was thinking of doing this Battle for the Time without Emma's weapon, but in all honesty, I had a lot of hunter exclusive weapon designs, so I was able to get this to advancement 7, which you can see some crazy things. So this is going to increase damage dealt to targets affected by the break effect by 12%. So the damage Emma does in battle is going to come into play, and you're gonna see what I mean. When heat absorption activates, it also increases the user's damage dealt by 1.5. This can stack up to 15 times. So Emma has a bunch of damage increase embedded into her kit. You guys want to utilize this to its fullest potential. Now, with that in mind, those are the hunters, those are the artifacts, those are the shadows. Now, all that's left is the run, so let's get to it. Y'all think Baruka and Bestie are related? To start, we're gonna utilize Mean. We're gonna utilize Mean first, use his punishment, then hard switch to Gina. From here, I'm going to dash, activate her skill 1, which is going to be her concurrent move, and is gonna hold a bunch of those phase 1 mobs. From there, we're going to spam her basic skill 2, which is her hold move, while we hard switch to Emma Laurent. Now, this happens a bit fast, so you can miss this, but that is honestly very, very fast. We did did like 3 hard switches in about 6 seconds, so that is something to note. I do like going back a bit to like this relative space around this first mage. That way I can do my basic skill 1, get a good amount of mobs. Now again, this could have been faster, but I didn't get this mob right here, so I did end up wasting a little bit of time there, so that's something to note. But we F it, we ball, we use the basic skill 1, we get a fast time, and then I dash forward because honestly you can activate your basic skill 2 before this mob even spawns. So as you see it, he's already halfway done, and we use the basic skill 2 and even QTE to Mean, and we get a nice phase 2 of about 20 seconds, a little under that I believe. And now all that's left is the boy Baruka. So we get 18 seconds on phase 2, and it's lovely, lovely, lovely. From here, after we activate the punishment, we're gonna hard switch into Emma Laurent and then activate her basic skills. Now we're just gonna honestly go to town, utilize that core attack. Each and every time you guys use that basic skill 1, the core attack is available. So don't forget that rotation, don't mess up that rotation honestly, because you might be missing out on some extra break damage. So we want to get BARUKA as low as possible. So this one is honestly basic skill spam. There's no real skill behind this, but I do want to note, once you guys do get a little bit lower, you can see BARUKA is probably like 1 to 2 more hits down from being broken. So I do summon the shadows now because we want to kind of time when all those debuffs do hit. Now, something interesting I'm utilizing my ults before BARUKA's break gauge breaks. And I'm doing that for a reason. You're gonna see why it honestly lines up perfectly. I'm already had her ultimate ready, so I just saw no reason why not to get an extra 5% of BARUKA's health off. I saw no reason not to do that. So before I use my core attack and hard switch to Mean, basically from there, that's gonna activate Emma Laurent's A5 ability. So that's a nice hard switch, by the way. Hard switch into Mean, punishment, and ultimate, guys. It doesn't get more cleaner than this. This is some crisp, high-level gameplay. This is like my season 1 days, honestly. But back into Emma, we utilize a few things, honestly. Basic skill 1, core attack. I wanted to get the basic skill 2 in there, but it's a little bit hard. The iron debuff decrease even wore off, and honestly, I probably could have killed right there, but the debuff wore off. So I was a little bit slower, and that's okay. Now, I know what you're thinking, 15%. BARUKA is about to enrage, he's about to disappear. No, he's not, because that's why we got Gina on the field, folks. So that hard switch to Gina, basic skill 1, utilize that core attack, utilize that ultimate because Gina has an ultimate ready, hard switch back into Emma Laurent, use the basic skill 2, and the boy Baruka is done and through. And I know it said 1:15, but wait. 49 seconds, there it is, people. What do you guys think of the 49-second run? Honestly, it's a bit insane how that went about, but I did end up seeing 49 seconds, so turned on the camera recorder. I had to share this immediately with you guys. So with that, we are back on the day 1 strategies. Go ahead and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments about the boy BARUKA in season 5. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.